What's going on, guys? This is Richie here yet again from the Red Planet Films, and today I'm bringing you yet another Suicide Squad review, except this time this is going to be my spoiler-filled review. I do have a spoiler-free review, so if you guys want to watch that one rather than this one that's going to have all sorts of spoilers galore, I highly suggest you do that immediately. X out of this video right now, go to our channel, watch the spoiler-free review. Once you've seen the movie, then come back to this video so you can further get my more in-depth thoughts, and then we can have a better conversation in the comment section down below. But anyways, here we go. Superman comes out of the ground, he comes back to life from Batman vs. Superman, he kills everybody, and the movie ends. Seriously though, if you haven't seen this movie, get out right now. So hopefully you guys have all X'd out of this video if you haven't seen the film. So just a couple of things, just to start off right out of the bat. As I made mention in my previous video, there were a couple little iffy things here and there. There was a bit of corny dialogue, and there were a bit of odd editing choices, especially in the beginning portion of this film. Whereas when they were kind of introducing you to the characters, there were the scenes where they were introducing you to Harley Quinn and the Joker, and there were these weird neon type implements to transition to other scenes, and I kind of found that a little bit corny. I didn't really like the way that looked. I don't think it looked as good as they kind of thought the idea to. And a couple of the different editing choices, as I did make mention of, there is a huge fight sequence where after the Enchantress and her brother kind of unleashed all these weird looking slimy gross people upon, you know, the city that they're inhabiting, when this whole fight sequence is going on, there are a couple of choppy sequences throughout that scene where you can tell that they wanted to add more, or they cut something out because it was too, I guess, risque for a PG-13 rating. And I know for a fact either that they're going to include it in the deleted scenes or have like special extended scenes or whatever. I'm pretty positive that the Blu-ray is going to be some type of extended cut. It's probably going to be like an extra 10-15 minutes or so, because you can tell that this movie wanted to be rated R. And as I made mention in my spoiler-free review, if it helps enhance the story and the characters, then just go ahead and make it rated R. Moving right along, there were a lot of scenes that were noticeably cut out. There's a scene in particular in one of the Suicide Squad trailers where the Joker is in this kind of a tuxedo garb, and half of his face kind of looks charred, and it looks like he's holding what seems to be a grenade. I'm not quite sure, don't quote me on that one. I think that's from, you know, what I can remember, and that is visibly absent from the film. And from what I read earlier today online, practically all day, was that a lot of scenes, including the Joker, as stated by Jared Leto himself, were cut out from the Suicide Squad. And, you know, it kind of goes along with the complaints of people saying that there wasn't enough Joker in this movie. But again, this wasn't the Joker movie. This was the Suicide Squad. He has his own motivations, his own motives, his own ideas, his own... He has his own agenda of what he wants to do. So that's more of a subplot, if anything. And it's barely mentioned. He just comes up every now and then to kind of further the plot with, and especially further more the character arcs with Harley Quinn and a little bit of Deadshot too. Which, by the way, I'm kind of glad that they didn't go the whole lovey-dovey love triangle route with Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and the Joker. Because first off, I don't want Will Smith anywhere near my bae, Harley Quinn, aka Margot Robbie, because she's all mine. She just doesn't know it yet. Anyways, moving right along, that is completely douchebaggy of me. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't go that route. That would have, I don't know, it just would have felt too shoehorned in, and just would have made it seem unnecessary. Now, the main villain of the film, as I just made mention a couple of seconds ago, is in fact Enchantress. And it's quite evident because there's a lot of scenes from the trailer where she's noticeably absent. So I can't fathom why it didn't dawn on me sooner that she would kind of be like the main focal point of the film. Basically what it is that they're able to control this witch entity that took over this archaeologist. Her name is June, and this entity goes inside of her, and they're able to control her, Argus, Amanda Waller, because they have her heart. So basically, since they have her heart as hostage, she has to do whatever they say or please, but she's able to kind of escape, and she's able to get this artifact that has her brother's entity inside of it, the spirit. So she gives it to some random passerby in the subway, and he takes over this guy's body, and he's able to give her power from him feeding on other random civilians. So she's able to kind of function without the use of her heart. However, her heart's still obviously her life source, but she's able to get it later on in the film. So her and her brother are the main villains, the focal point of the storyline, how and what the Suicide Squad missions is. So again, they were kind of playing it safe, and I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad that they didn't go the Batman versus Superman route where they gave you Doomsday just kind of out of nowhere, because they needed the Trinity. They needed Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman to unite. Kind of curious to see where they go from here. If they do make a second Suicide Squad film, I do believe that this movie is going to rack in the big bucks. I really don't think that the critics' negative views on this film is really going to play any part. It might play a little bit, but I feel with this whole recent backlash thing of people wanting to shut down Rotten Tomatoes, there was a petition for that which got shut down immediately, because let's face it, you can't shut down Rotten Tomatoes. But it was just a whole bunch of pissed off, butthurt fans. But it's like, what I don't understand is why people still kind of pay attention to others' opinions. It's like, don't let your opinions be so jaded. Like, don't follow the herd. Don't be a sheep. Just be your own person. You know what I mean? Just go out, see the movie for yourself. See if it's bad. See if it's good. So I'm curious to see where they go with the Suicide Squad, if they make a second film, or if they kind of just take everything that kind of happened and then just carefully place it in like Justice League or solo Batman film, this, that, and the other. If they make a solo Harley Quinn film, which I would be all aboard for, I would be totally game. Margot Robbie, I could just look at you for hours. So at this point, I honestly feel like they should kind of just do whatever they want to do, kind of cater to as many of the fans' requests and complaints and improve upon them as much as they possibly can. If they get flack for it, let them get flack. I think it's more to the opinions of the fans, whether they enjoy it or not. If they're entertained by it, so what? If the critics kind of pan them, who cares? I mean, more or less, these films are still going to get nominated or some type of nod in general, where it would be a Golden Globe or some type of Oscar for sound design or visual effects. At least it'll get some type of nod. Even if it gets nominated for a Golden Globe, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's still going to get some type of recognition. There's still aspects of these types of films that are enjoyable. Do they deserve all of the flack that it gets? No, especially Suicide Squad. I really don't see what's the big issue, why it has been getting such hate that it has been. I think it's just because, it's cool to hate DC. Let's hate on DC. Another little minor complaint that I can say right off the bat is some of the dialogue was a little bit cheesy. We see most of it in the trailers, which is a good thing. They don't give us a lot of stuff that's in the movie in the trailers, which is probably one of the first films to do this in a really long time, where they don't spoil their film in the trailers. Most of what we got in the later trailers before the movie's initial release was just stuff that we've already seen in the first two official trailers. So it's just like an extended look by like another extra second or two. That's just about it. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Just to kind of go back again, I don't get the hate. I really just do not understand the hate. I just don't. One other thing I want to quickly mention is a brief cameo. It kind of got spoiled for me a little bit on Twitter because the cast for this film was leaked. So it did leak a brief cameo from another character. There was already a cameo confirmed, and that was for Batman, played by Ben Affleck, which is pretty cool to see him kind of interact with some of these villains like Deadshot and the Joker and Harley Quinn. That was really cool just to see him get, featured in the film. But the other cameo was the Flash. Barry Allen, Ezra Miller as the Flash. We got to see him in the Flash suit and actually zip around, and he was actually the one to take care of Captain Boomerang. The Batman took care of Deadshot and Joker and Harley Quinn. But it was just really cool to see those kind of brief cameos. And then towards the end of the movie, after the initial portion of the credits roll. So it's a mid-credit scene. There's no after-credit scene. You see Amanda Waller and Batman kind of just hanging out at the same diner or whatever that we see her in the beginning of the film. And she's giving him some files, and it turns out his profiles on Barry Allen, on Aquaman, and on other people. It's basically setting up for the Justice League. If you're living under a rock, I don't know how you wouldn't be able to tell that that was setting up for the Justice League. But it was still really cool to kind of see, you know, Bruce Wayne, like, interacting with Amanda Waller and stuff like that. And just to set up for the Justice League. So I think that's really cool and whatnot. But it was just a really... I didn't expect to see The Flash as the cameo. I just expected to see Barry Allen in some sort of capacity. I just didn't know when. And then when it kind of hits you, it's literally in a flash. Haha, pardon the pun. But it was a really cool cameo. It was very quick, very brief. Did no harm. And I thought it was really awesome. Unfortunately, it seems as though in this particular theater that I go to, whatever crowd that it draws, I don't know if they're not even like comic book fans or just like remotely some type of nerd, but I didn't really see anybody have sort of a reaction except just for my sister and I and like these two other people 2 rows in front of us. But it is what it is. It was just a really cool cameo nonetheless by both The Flash and by Batman. So overall, those are really my initial thoughts on just some of the spoilers that I really wanted to talk about, and I would love to get your opinions on what you guys thought of those particular spoilers and those cameos and all that good stuff. If you really want my initial thoughts, I pretty much said remotely what I said in the beginning of this video, but just a little bit more in depth as far as what I thought of each cast member, what each actor brought to each character, and the story and all that good stuff. And I gave the movie a solid B, and I still stand behind that. I enjoyed the film. Again, don't listen to the critics, just go out and watch the movie. I highly implore that you do. I think you guys would enjoy it, all that good stuff. So overall, if you enjoyed the spoiler-filled review, please leave a like. Let's shoot anywhere between 5 likes or something like that. I think we can get to that. Again, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys thought of the movie. Tell me what you guys thought of the cameos, and anything else you want to talk about, just feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And again, if you want to see what my overall thoughts of the film is, go watch my spoiler-free review. Talk to me there, but just don't put any spoilers in that video. Just, you know, talk spoiler-free, if you will. So anyways, like this video, share this video on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Favorite it. Comment down below. Check the description box. You will find the link to our gaming channel if you guys are into gaming. Check that out. As well as our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram info will be in the description box too. So if you want to give us a shout or follow us, feel free to do so. We might even, you know, give you guys a shout back. That's pretty much it. And then if you guys haven't, if you are new, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever we upload a new movie review, Blu-ray review, or if you guys are interested, we have a fan film on the way based on the hit show Arrow. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button. That is pretty much it for now, and I will see you all in the next video. So thank you all for tuning in.